Okay, more Honkai Star Rail. We have another Castorice trailer, a golden epic preview or PV. Live Awakens from the Night. Very cool. And I see the thunder. It's even got like a veil on and stuff over here, which is very cool and obviously fitting of her character and situation actually. So that's actually very cool design. Yeah, sorry, this one's a bit late. My internet was down for more than 24 hours. So yeah, it's if it's not one thing, it's the other thing. I know it's always excuses, but it's actually ridiculous and it's absolutely annoying. Anyway, let us see what we get ourselves into here. I still want to watch the cooking one actually as well. I haven't even got time. Short little 1 minute. We'll do that separately though, but main focus still now Castorice. So this is obviously almost like a Myriad Celestia type trailer. Golden Epic Preview. Live Awakens from the Night. Okay, we'll do Japanese first and English as usual. Let's not waste time and let's just jump into it. Let's make sure the volume is good. Got subs and let's go. Let's see what this one entails. I just wanted to check all the volume and everything was okay. Let's go.
あなたは彼女のために石化を残そうとしました。
I beg you, sorry, I'm gonna, because usually these are just go by too quick. Don't dwell in that fleeting moment, touch and well. You're still with the other lady, but your hands. Ooh, okay, so we actually pick off from there. Endless. Death worshipping hometown.
海洋が技術の策略で荒波を起こすように天空が内装に貫かれ血の涙を流すようにしかし天地を揺るがすタイタンですらやがては死へと向かいます。
Even the Titans themselves.
なぜ命が花開くのかを知りませんでした。それは冥界の蝶がすでに
Why life blossoms? Never mind why life slumbers, life blossoms.
しかし天地を揺るがすタイタンですらやがては死へと向かいます。
Oh, she's above all.
あなたはなぜ命が花開くのかを知りませんでした。それは冥界の蝶がすでに国の死を血に飢えた矛先に
Damn.
そしてあなたの指先に
Whoa.
止まっていた
This is thumbnail.
私が
I am dead. Wow.
だから
Didn't get all
私は
sad again.
死の影から命の花園を眺める勇気がありません。怖いのです。約束は破られ笑みが涙に変わり法要が永遠の別れとなるの。
That was epic and everything, but obviously we know it's just a situation and stuff like that. Wow.
ならいっそ何も持たない方がいい。
Thanks. But there's a glimmer of hope.
死は終わりではありません。
Aglaya.
明日へ向かうために約束しましょう。日追いは私の退場で終わることはないと。
先に行くね。西風の果てでまた会えるよ。
力を着想に報いましょう。Wow, the soundtrack of this. Hey, my boy Final. And my day. And Cypher. And Ayasu.
共に歩みましょう。いつか
Join the
私た
same
ち
test
があな
journey.
たに語ったように
Whoa.
話せる時が来ます。
That's gonna breathe life into them. Nice. It's nice that she. Aww.
皆さんのように死
Wow.
が訪れる前に世界と抱擁したい。魂たちの洞窟を沈め
Oh, dude, must protect. So sweet. So precious.
守りたい。
Oh, now fall back down.
一度でいい。私は この両手で
Ooh.
散りゆく
Wow.
花に神聖をもたらしてみた
People
い
will found new life.
雪が雪に
Well,
溶けよう
that's
と
sort
も
of a heavy precursor, or
神聖をもたらしてみたい
they heavily. Is this gonna happen? This looks like it heavily implies what's going to happen in the story. Damn.
雪が雪に溶けようとも私のためにひとひらの石化
Wow.
を残してほしい
Dude. And brilliant voice acting. Oh my god. This part here at the end though.
私はこの両手で
But did they just, once again, am I gonna come to dislike this at the end of the day after I play the story because they just gave it away? As beautiful as this is.
神聖をもたらしてみたい
Because remember what we saw at the end of the last story? It's like, you know, it looked like we died or we were going to die or something. We were in Castor's arms. And it looks like that is going to happen. And then she's just like, you know, she's got the power of death and all that stuff. And then, like, she was pleading there just for once in her life, let these hands, what was the exact words?
散りゆく
Give a wilted flower in your life, a wilted flower, which was us, which was dying or dead.
花に
And it looks like in the story she's then gonna actually like revive us or give us the power of life or something, which is the opposite of death and yada yada. This is very cool, but like if this is really the fact and it just gives the story away, then bro, why do they keep doing this? Beautiful trailer, by the way, brilliant, like 10 out of 10 voice acting, soundtrack, amazing stuff like that. But and I can't say yet because we don't know, but if this is what's going to happen in the story, then I'm just going to be annoyed because why do they keep spoiling? I know you need to build hype and stuff like that, but brother, come on. But like I said, I might be getting annoyed for no reason. We don't know.
You once wished to leave behind a snowflake.
It's not that difficult to figure out if they just throw it in your face right there. So this like literally picks off after the old lady of the previous trailer.
Warmth lasts for but a moment, but the cold is endless.
Wow. Yeah, that's quite the
Like how your
the
death
words.
worshipping hometown
Quite the saying.
now sleeps soundly in the blizzard of the long night.
Now this entire world's gone to
Like how the
shit.
ocean, haunted by trickery, stirred up stormy waves. The sky, pierced blind by their lightning spear, spilled blood and tears. The titans who suffocated the world will also eventually enter death's
It's all that shows
embrace.
above all, yeah, because you know she's
Don't
dead,
know
right?
why life
Lazy
blossoms.
shot.
Only because the butterfly of the nether realm has already landed on the searching black tide
Wow.
on a bloodthirsty blade.
I like the shot with the veil
On your
over here.
fingertips,
It should actually made that part of her design.
your death.
It suits her whole gimmick and what she is.
So,
Still a
in
gorgeous
the
design,
land of
but
death, I dare not look at the garden of life. I
yeah.
fear that promise.
She keeps saying that, but then at the end she asks just like that one time that she can grant life actually.
Tears may follow after a smile,
And it's sad she has to embrace herself.
and then an eternal farewell
Very sad.
may follow an embrace.
Was that previous trailer with pain, man?
It's better to have stayed in place and never had anything
The
at
gem
all.
flame chasers,
Even
like Leia and
so,
everyone welcomed
Death
and stuff
is
like that.
not the end.
That's really nice. Like at the end of the day, she did at least find some people. I mean, sure, she still can't touch them and shit like that, but like, you know, she found like, you know, comrades and friends and so forth. You know, something to strive together with them and so
To
forth.
walk toward that distant tomorrow, we make a promise. The flame chase journey won't end with my departure.
See you when meet again on the shores of the West Wind.
Like she's gonna see everyone
from
pass,
death,
right?
and should repay it in kind.
I wonder if that's like
Meet again on the
Anaxa,
shores
like
of the West Wind.
him showing being broken open. Maybe that's because of the Titan inside of him. Like actually his body didn't last.
Inspiration from
Like
death,
another precursor.
and
I
should
don't know.
repay it in kind.
And this is crazy because there we go. As you can see, most likely my day in his weak spot. One of those is probably in his weak spots. But almost like all of these are. Well, Cypher doesn't look like anything's really happening to Cypher, but Hyacinth's one looks really ominous as well. See the like the golden blood with final. Lots of these could be like, you know, precursors.
One day, just as we have testified for you, you will be able to testify
Yeah, look at my
for
days back there.
yourself. I wish
Cool
I
shot,
could be
wow.
like all of you and
Yeah.
embrace the world before death comes, so that the souls of the world no longer weep and the city bells never cease ringing.
then
Even
this
if
crazy
it's
party at
just
the end.
once,
Yeah.
I want to use these hands.
It also looks like she's maybe even offering
if
up the
it's
power
just
she has.
once,
That heart she's
I
putting
want
out.
to use these
Or like using that to like revive us or something.
hands. To give a wilted flower new life.
This is pretty cool, but like I said, dude, if this is like this could be like the most blatant spoiler ever if it's gonna happen in the story, then I'm gonna be pretty annoyed.
Even if the snow eventually melts, I hope you will leave behind
Wow.
a snowflake for me.
Damn. Pretty damn good. I enjoyed that. That was pretty good. We'll look at some comments quickly before we end it off. But like I said, right, I can't be annoyed right now, but like if they just like gave it away right here and this is exactly what happens in the story, which most likely is actually, then I'm gonna be pretty annoyed because at the end of the last story they showed us that I know it's supposed to like build maybe like excitement for the next part or anticipation and stuff like that, but show us that we're going to die or maybe die or something like that. And they're like, oh well, fuck, why didn't you like both of those, that one and then this little part over here, they could have just left for the story. It just makes for a better moment because we don't know what's gonna happen. But now it's like, okay, well shit, thanks for just giving it all away. But like I said, that's if it's gonna happen like that. Who knows, right? Why does life slumber? Yeah, you don't know why life blossoms. Yeah, like I said, Pillbox Team Survive and 4 days death. Yeah, well, so far. Did they just foreshadow how everyone dies? Well, yeah, like I said, how they showed there with in his back with My Day and Hyacinth, and then Cypher's one wasn't very clear, but you could probably say, yeah, everyone's dead at the end because like Leia, Triby, how she's like outlasting them too as well. Every scene is a wallpaper, yeah. This is either really wholesome or depression, yeah. There's some wholesome stuff in there, but then it's mostly depression once again. Castorice will not only bring death, she will also bring rebirth to people. That is something she will realize later, yeah. Death and rebirth. There's like a specific, like there's a Hersha like that in Starter as well. Hersha of rebirth, and then there's Hersha of death as well. But she just literally give us her heart. That's what I said, like, that could actually be her actual heart as well. As I said, it's just like, take her power and then give it and stuff like that. But it's like heavy like Hersha of rebirth vibes and death as well. Well, the death part has already been there for how long? But yeah, if that was like a giant spoiler, then I don't know, bro. It's cool and all. I love the trailer, but one pull equals one warm hug. Yeah, we'll see, bro. But anyway, I'm not going to talk too much about it anyway. Let's just forget about it and then get to the story. Maybe I'm wrong. whatever. But yeah, this looks like a big like what's the right term I'm looking for? I keep using precursor, but foreshadow rather, right? Foreshadowing everyone's death and so forth. As we already know, because they said it was only going to be one survivor anyway. Via that thing that Chibi said, the prophecy and whatnot. But yeah, we can see there basically people's all of their deaths and stuff like that. Like I said, how we saw with my day with the spears in his back, probably his weak spot, and so forth and so forth. But yeah, we'll see if I'll be annoyed in the story with the whole that scene right there. If it's just like, yeah, well, thanks for showing it now instead of just leaving it for the story. But we'll see. But overall, that aside, great trailer, brilliant soundtrack, absolute gorgeous visuals, 10 out of 10 voice acting, especially on the Japanese side. Yeah, anyway, stay tuned because we will be pulling for Castorice as soon, well, not as soon as the update comes out. I have work, unfortunately, but as soon as I get back from work, I'll be pulling for Castorice and playing the story, so stay tuned because the day of the update that night, or whatever time zone, but at least the day of the update, I'll have 1 or 2 parts of the story up so long, along with the summons. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.